Hello guys, it's me Kiran Noor and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to make handmade cute key rings. For making these keychains, I am using the air dry clay. I am sharing the full process of making and painting cute designs on these keychains. So you need to watch this video till the end. I hope you guys enjoy the process. Here I am using a candle jar for cutting the perfect circle. Also I wanted all my key rings to be the same size. Well, I didn't knew that it will get stuck inside the jar. Then I used this needle-like clay tool for carefully taking this circle out of the jar. Thankfully it did not affect the shape of our keychain. We need to cut more circles, so I am using the same jar for all the keychains. And gratefully this time it did not stuck in the jar. Here I am using that needle-like clay tool again for separating the edges of the circles. After that I picked up all this extra clay and I kneaded it again for cutting out more circles out of it. I kept doing this over and over until I turned all the clay into these tiny circles. Our next step is to insert these tiny hooks inside each of these keychains. You need to do this step before the clay gets dry. And one more thing that you need to do is to apply very gentle pressure because the shape can get damaged. Here I'm using a slightly damp sponge because I wanted the edges of our keychains to look very smooth and clean. After the clay dries out, I am giving you guys few seconds of ASMR while I do the sanding. Okay guys, after sanding, now it's time to attach these jump rings. Finally, all these keychains are ready to get painted. The most interesting process that I'm so excited for. We are definitely going to use acrylic paints. This is your water reminder, stay hydrated guys. Before we start painting any cute designs, the first step is to apply the base color. I wanted these key rings to give very soft, girly and aesthetic vibes. So that's why I decided to keep the base colors very light and soft shades. For making soft shades, we need good amount of white paint, and here I have mixed tiny bit of pink in the white and I painted two key rings with that baby pink shade. For these key rings, I took inspirations from Pinterest. I have chose the most simplest designs ever possible because I am not a professional artist and I also have shaky hands. So that's why I was scared if I tried to paint any complicated designs on such a tiny space. I knew I do probably mess it up. Even though these designs look very simple, still this video took me almost 2 weeks to complete. I mean, if I had not been filming the process, I could have finished painting them in just a couple of hours. However, recording every step, setting up the camera from different angles, and editing the footage makes even the smallest project much more time consuming. But I genuinely enjoy it because creating art and sharing the process with you guys is something I love, no matter how long it takes. You guys may notice some texture on the keychains and wonder why the surface isn't completely smooth. I know that in the video it seems like I am painting so easily without making any mistakes, but that's definitely not the case. I told you guys that I have shaky hands. I made plenty of mistakes along the way and had to paint over some areas multiple times, which created that texture. I just didn't include those moments in the video. The good thing is that all the texture will disappear once I apply the clear resin top coat on the keychains. So don't worry, it will have the smooth glossy finish in the end. To see that final glossy finishing, make sure you guys watch this video till the end. For this keychain, I am painting this cartoon character. I don't know what's the name of this character, but it looks so cute. And I have painted little bow butterflies on its head for giving it some girly kind of vibes. And here is the final look of this cartoon character keychain. The next thing that we are going to paint is a cute teddy bear keyring. And while we are painting, I have a sad story about these keychains to share with you guys. So what happened is that we had guests at home and there were two kids with them. When I saw the kids, I immediately started hiding all my stuff. These kids were so annoying. They started opening the drawers and checking my art supplies. Unfortunately, I don't have locks on my desk drawers where I keep all my stuff. I yelled at them for like 2 or 3 times to stop, but they still kept doing it when I was not around. I kept all these key rings that we are painting in this video in one of the drawers, and when those guests left, the next day I thought I should restart working on these key rings, and guess what? I noticed that one of my keychains is missing. Yeah, you guys are thinking exactly what I'm about to say. Those damn kids stole this cutesy little pink keychain that I'm painting right now. If those kids ever come to my house again, I'm seriously going to lose it. Guys, look how pretty this is. I'm gonna miss you so much. I mean, if it wasn't something that I made myself, I probably would have not cared that much. But this one was handmade and I don't like giving my handmade things to random people. And that's not even the worst part. Not only did they steal the keychain, but they also made a huge mess in one of my drawers. They left a tube of black paint open and it leaked everywhere. Everything inside the drawer got covered in paint. Guys, I'm not even exaggerating. When I saw this mess, I was about to cry. It took me more than an hour to clean everything up. Guys, now imagine what could have happened if I had kept these keychains in that drawer. They would have all been ruined and I would not have even been able to complete this video. I'm genuinely so grateful that I kept these keychains in a different drawer, which is why now I'm being able to complete this tutorial. Guys, at this point, I just hope all this emotional damage heals if this video goes viral and I get to read a bunch of sweet comments from you guys. Anyways, this purple cat keychain is finished and I like the way it turned out. Okay, music lovers, this one's for you. I actually started with a totally different design on this keychain, but it was like way too complicated and messy, so I was like, nope. I ended up painting over it with like 3 coats of the base color and redrew this simple design instead so it would actually look clean, and this is how it turned out. Finally guys, all of our keychains are ready, but they are obviously incomplete without glass finishing. So now we are going to give them that glossy finishing by applying a top coat of clear UV resin. This part was the most fun and satisfying for me. I love to see these thirsty keychains getting hydrated. And you guys will notice how all the texture is fading as we are applying the top coat. If you guys use resin, you would definitely have to sacrifice one of your paint brushes, because once the paintbrush touches the resin, it's going to get hard as hell and we can't wash it off. Guys, I want to address an important thing. If you guys work with resin, please use gloves because resin can be toxic. I am not wearing in this video because I did not have gloves at that time, but make sure that you guys use it because resin is toxic and it can irritate your skin. Now it's time to dry out the top coat of UV resin, and you definitely need a UV lamp for that because no amount of the air and the sunlight is going to dry UV resin properly.